Go.
Hey guys, it's Mitch here, and are you motivated by the mission? What I mean by that is, are you starting to create the life by design? All of these videos, everything that we've been putting out is for you, right? We're giving you the tools, we're giving you the information, right? We've been through on a lot of journeys to get here, right? A lot of proof behind the work that we do, right? But I wanted to talk about how to start creating life by design, and we want to thank you for showing up, and we want to thank you for all the support that you guys been showing us so far. So keep it up. Make sure if there's anyone that you know, if you watch the video or you see the work that we're doing and you know it could help someone pops into your head, make sure that you tag them, tell them to like our page and share our vision. Remember, we're trying to reach as many people as we can, and we need your help, right? So we're a team, we're a family. Let's do this together, all right? So anyway, I wanted to talk about how to create a life by design, or how to start to heal your life. Well, what do I mean by heal? So what I mean by heal your life is to sort of get in balance, the mind, body, and a sense of community. It's all important. The mindset, you hear it 1,000,001 times. I don't care what speaker you listen to, what spiritual educator you listen to. I went to, I can't even tell you how many conventions and spiritual retreats. And yeah, I mean, they all helped me grow. Don't get like, please go, plug in and try it. But all the information that I needed was stored within. And I know right now you might be going like, what is he talking about? But everything that I teach, you already know. You know, like deep down, you already know. And that's sort of like what I'm trying to bring to the surface. So how do we heal our lives? Well, it's taking inventory, checking the mindset, right? So when I was struggling, when I was hurting, I didn't take inventory. I refused to look. I refused to look. It didn't exist. So many of us are so busy catching up or trying to keep up, we forget our sense of identity, right? So there's so many of us that every day we wake up, we know what we have to do. We got to go make that money, right? So sometimes we get caught up in the work routine. We forget to take care of our bodies, which screws up our self-image, which screws up our mindset, right? And then we become stagnant. And then we start to wonder a couple months later, and we might put on some weight, and then we're wondering why we feel so low, that we don't really want to go anywhere. It's because we started creating this image. We're constantly creating our image. Everything we put out comes back. So if we're putting out something negative about ourselves constantly, of course that's going to show up. So we have no one to blame but ourselves, right? If I sort of took my life, and with all the circumstances I've been through, if I stayed in that mindset that I am not good enough and that I am a bad person, that I suck, I can't compete, right? If I lived in that mindset, I wouldn't be able to give back the way that I do now. I had to see that identity. I had to see that shadow that lied within. I had to look it in the face and say, why? Why do I feel these things? Why do I feel hurt? Why do I feel angry? Why do I feel disconnected? And all of that comes in through the mind, body, and community. Everything has a piece. So what I mean by the mindset is, what do you do when you first wake up in the morning? Right? I say that all the time. The morning is so important. That is going to set your foundation for the whole entire day. Now, do you want a crap day or do you want a great day? What are you checking into in the morning? Clear foundation. Start there. Now, are you tuning into something spiritual, motivational, right? What are you doing in the morning? What are you doing? Take inventory. When you go buy a coffee, or whatever you do in your morning routine, buy the person behind you a coffee. It doesn't need to be every day. Simple act of kindness. Simple, guys. Say hi to the cashier, right? All of that is your own programming. All of that is going to help you see yourself differently. Be the person you needed when you were struggling. I repeat that all the time. As soon as I heard that quote, I was like, that's it. That quote I'm going to live by. Every day, I'm going to choose to be the person I needed when I was struggling. And sometimes, guys, let's be honest, it's a simple gesture or a smile. Be a good person. So that all starts to program your mindset that I'm not this awful person, or that I am not my job. that I am so much more than that. We can't identify with just our job because eventually we get lost. As a mother, you can't just identify with your children because then that's what you become. And then when your children leave, you don't know who you are. Right? So that's the midlife crisis. It's when you the jobs start to wear down and you're starting to go into retirement, and then you go through that piece of, who am I? Like, what do I like to do? I don't even know anymore. I've been so caught up all these years that I've completely forgotten who I am. Now, you're probably looking at me and going, who is he? Well, okay, I'm 31 years old, right? But let me tell you, I've been through it. I've been through it and then some. I ran from myself. I struggled. I hurt people because I was hurting. I am by no means perfect. But I had to look it in the face. I had to see why I was running. And it all came down to my personal image. When I blamed people, I had to remember that I hurt them. When I was out there struggling, when I was hurting, I hurt them. They saw the aftermath of everything that I created. So of course they're going to sit there and start to identify me separate, right? Which is going to make me feel angry, and then I'm going to start blaming them for coming at me when I look in the mirror, I know deep down that the reason it became that way was partially my fault. So in order to find a happy medium and start to heal that, I had to take inventory and say, I need to change that. I need to be the one to go to them and show that I've changed. So each and every one of you out there, I want you to start identifying, like, what is your routines in the morning? Can you change one thing? That's all I'm asking. Can you change one thing? And I want you to comment, or I want you to share what it is that you're going to change that's going to better your day. It's one thing. It's not asking a lot. Let's start there. Take inventory throughout the day and check any relationships that surround you and see if there's one person that you can reach out to that you can say, I know that I'm holding on to this anger, but in order for me to heal, I have to find a way to let go. So I'm going to be the person to reach out and try to fix this, or at least say my piece. So that way I know I did my part and it's not weighing on my conscience anymore. Because all of that holds energy. The reason I say this is because I believe in you. Motivated by the Mission is simply created as your tool to better your life. That's exactly what we're giving you. So please, take inventory, do the work. You deserve it. And then you spread it to the world. I believe in you, and we will see you soon.